and welcome back to Gregtech New Horizons. How's the guys' day been? Good? Let me know down in the comments below. So, last episode, we did quite a bit actually. We upgraded our EBFs to start running at HV tier power. And as you see, I've made myself 3 more EBFs. These 2 are running with oxygen, and these 2 here run with nitrogen. And how do we get nitrogen gas? Well, there's a few ways, but the easiest way that I have that's passive is this setup right here. What we have is an advanced compressor who is compressing empty cells into compressed air cells, which then centrifuge into oxygen and nitrogen. The nitrogen just gets pumped down into this tank, then the oxygen cells get moved across into this tank, and then the empty cells then just go back into here to be recompressed. So it's a closed loop, and it makes us infinite nitrogen and oxygen, which is amazing. And yeah, we also fixed our power issue. So right now, the way we're doing it is we're just getting regular oil from the oil spills and the oil spouts coming out of the ground in the overworld. We have oil sands here, which is being centrifuged into heavy oil, which is being distilled into sulfuric heavy fuel. It's being desulfurized and then combined in here with light fuel cells to become diesel. It's just made one there now. And I've set up a second super tank to store it all. And I've set up my pipes now to run all the way across the base. So they're just running across under the ground here and feeding everything over this side, which is incredible. So now everything here is running on diesel power, and we've had not a single power issue, which is amazing. So yeah, everything here is able to run constantly as long as we keep providing this guy here with oil. So the only issue is oil sands is easy to get. You can see how much is still in here, like over 2,000 of it, and this has been running non-stop. But the issue is regular oil for making light fuel. I've had to refill this thing about 6 times already. It goes very fast. And this setup here is just to make me stone. It's just an advanced rock breaker, and it just with water and lava on the top, it will make a stone. If you put lava on the right side, it'll make cobblestone. And if you set it to circuit 1 and have lava on the right with redstone being pumped into it, it makes obsidian. So I was able to get a ton of obsidian and stone, which is how I was able to expand the factory a little bit more. I just basically repeated what was in the bottom floors. I kind of just expanded up. I'm trying out some methods here to make ourselves the staircase to go up the way. And I think I'm kind of happy with this design. We have a concrete here to be able to run around all the different rooms. My only concern is how am I going to be running power up onto this level? Like, I know I'm going to have to run fluid pipes up with the diesel, but how am I going to hide those pipes? That's what I'm going to have to try and figure out. But anyway, so what's the plan for today? Well, I want to upgrade these coils here from Cupronickel to kanthal. That's our next step in terms of the EBF. And in preparation, I have been cooking up a ton of this kanthal, but as you can see, it's become hot kanthal. And kanthal is just chrome, aluminium, and iron dust in a mixer on circuit 1, and it has to be an MV mixer. So all of this is cooked with oxygen. If I didn't have fire resistance, this will be burning me. And as you can see, I've cooked up quite a bit of it. Now, where did I put the rest of that? In here. I've got quite a bit of kanthal in here, so that's good to work with. So how do we actually turn this from hot kanthal into regular kanthal? Well, we can either chemical bath it here with IC2 coolant, which is the way we're going to have to do it, or vacuum freezer. But unfortunately, vacuum freezer does require EV tier circuits, so we will not be getting these until after the moon. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to grab that, a chemical bath, and MV, and I did get some coolant cells here as a quest reward, but we're going to need way more than that. And to make coolant is literally just lapis dust and water, which is very cheap. And I should have hundreds of lapis dust. Is this lapis dust? Yes, it is. So we'll just grab a stack of that and a little bit of water. Do I have water? No, but we can grab some out of our water tanks. So let's come back here. Actually, no, I think there's some water left in this thing. Yeah. So we can use this. Let me just remove all of that. Circuit 4, it said, with that will make us, let me just turn off auto output so it builds up in here. I don't want it to try and turn into blocks. That won't work. Do I have a space for a chemical bath? I don't really. Yeah, this room's getting quite full of machines. Oh yeah, and you might have also noticed all of my chests here have been upgraded to the compressed version, because last episode we got access to our stainless steel, and we didn't need any HV circuits to make the electronic pistons. It's just a bunch of stainless steel and aluminium, or not aluminium, electrum wire. So it was very cheap to make, but yeah, the hardest part of making this was getting ourselves the actual like obsidian chest, which required so much of this dense obsidian plates. And just to make one at MV takes 2 minutes. Just about 2 minutes to make this. So, oh no, that's the EU usage. No, 3 minutes. So yeah, it takes 3 minutes to make one dense obsidian plate. So that took a long time to do. But anyway, where are we going to put this advanced chemical bath down? I definitely don't have one down over here, do I? That's a chemical reactor. You know what? I think we can remove the chemical reactor for now. And this guy, let's just hide him on the outside right here. So we can put him like that and he'll just auto-eject rubber into there. So what we can do then is say chemical bath go here. And then we'll say auto item output down the way or something. This extractor, you know what? You can just rob the chest from there. And we just need ourselves our fluid now. Oh, this actually takes quite a while. Oh, or does it only make a tiny amount at a time? Ah, it only makes 1 ingot every 48 seconds. Okay, that is not great. But at least we have some of it to get going. And the cool thing is, right now, if we were to use this in a chemical bath, we get back hot IC2 coolant. How do we turn this back without a vacuum freezer? Well, I think there's this item called a venting port. This heat vent from Industrial Craft 2, we can stick this on the side of a fluid tank, and over a course of like, I don't know, a couple of minutes, it'll turn the hot coolant back into regular coolant, which is pretty cool. So let's just borrow this hopper and fill this guy here up with IC2 coolant, and it looked like it turned on. Yeah, it takes 60 seconds to cool down each ingot, which is quite a long time, but we don't need, I think we only need 1 stack per thing. So we just need at least 4 stacks to upgrade all of the EBFs to all kanthal, which is nice. So how are we going to cool down this IC2 coolant? Well, like I said, we're going to need ourselves a heat vent, and that is just a motor, iron bars, and aluminium plates. We're going to need a tank, attach the heat vent onto it, and contain some water on the side of the heat vent, put slabs so it doesn't flow anywhere. And then you just grab your hot coolant, put it in here, and after a couple of minutes, it should turn back into regular IC2 coolant. There we go. As you can see, now we have regular IC2 coolant. Take that back out, put it in here to recycle. Cool. So we just need to leave that run until we have about 3-4 stacks of kanthal, which is going to take quite a while. Alright, a slight miscalculation. I thought it was only 1 stack per 16 coils. No, it's actually 2 stacks per 16 coils. So I ended up putting a second chemical bath here to try and speed this up. And now I have enough here to make 1 set of coils to upgrade at least 1 of the blast furnaces to kanthal tier. So 2 stacks of kanthal wire and 3 stacks of mic insulator combined with molten copper nickel on circuit 3 will give us our kanthal coils. Then using this, we'll be able to start smelting up silicon, which is the next step we need to be able to get ourselves the HV tier circuits. So I've more or less completed everything in here. The only issue is everything here is running MV, but our circuit assembler is only a LV tier machine, and we need HV circuits to upgrade it to the MV version. So I'm probably going to have to use like either a converter or a LV combustion generator to actually run the thing until we have enough circuits to upgrade it, which is probably what I'm going to have to do. So we just need to wait for all the coils here, and while I've been doing that, since last episode, I have been actually preparing everything we need to upgrade to new circuits. As you can see, this chest here is full of everything we need. And this chest is kind of just filled with copper wire. But yeah, like everything in here is needed for making the new tier circuits. So let's actually grab ourselves out our circuit assembler. And this is LV, so we need an LV combustion generator. Or we could actually just run it off a small battery for the time being. Yeah, but let's try and just run it off a battery. And to upgrade this thing here to the next tier, let's have a look here. This is just going to require 2 HV tier circuits. Other than that, we should have everything for it. Just some minus some conveyor belts, but they're easy enough to get our hands on. Okay, so we just need to make ourselves our 2 HV tier circuits. So let's have a look at what we need to do for them. So first off, it wants us to make the integrated circuit, which is the next tier of LV tier circuits, which is cheaper than the previous ones. Let's have a look here. Yep, just uses this. So we have everything here already. The only thing we don't have is these type of SMD diodes. This requires platinum, which, yeah, you can only use platinum, but platinum is not happening for a long time, not till after the moon. So the other thing that we can do is making ourselves the resistors here. There is a different one called the SMD resistor, which is the one I'm making them right here, these blue ones. And right now, the way I'm making these is using, I think, carbon and, yeah, electrum wire or polyethylene. But if we were to use tantalum, we get 32 at a time for the same amount of polyethylene, which is amazing. But to cook tantalum, we do need kanthal tier coils, which we'll be able to do now once our coils are being made. And I have a bunch of tantalum in here to be processed. So let's just grab everything we need here just to make ourselves one set of those circuits. So regular circuit board, integrated logic, SMD, diodes, and I think it was just tin bolts, right? Plus then all of the soldering alloy, which I don't know which chest that's in. Here it is. And since we don't want to hook this up to the main line, we'll just plug it in right here with a battery. This battery here should power it. You can see the power is dropping down. So everything in here, plus that should make us our circuit if I've gotten everything correct. Oh wait, I missed some fine copper wire. Now this should be everything. Yes. All right, now we have 6 of the integrated circuits. So that should be this quest here complete. Oh, it wants 16. Never mind. How's our coils doing? All coils are done, so let's go upgrade one of our EBFs. Looks like these guys stopped. I think that's because it ran out of oxygen. Yes. Okay, so we're not going to lose anything if we break it now. And I think by upgrading the coils, it'll also give us an overclock boost. I'm not entirely sure. All I know is when you upgrade the power, it doubles or shortens the time by 2. Or shortens the time by half, but adding a higher tier of coil, I don't know if that does the same thing. Let's go see now if we can cook our tantalum. What does tantalum need to cook? Oh, nitrogen. So I should be actually doing it in one of these guys. Okay, let me actually do this EBF instead. Okay, so you're upgraded now, and you are the input bus on circuit 11, filled with tantalum dust, and if we turn it on, yep, hot tantalum, it takes 2 minutes, and then we'll have to do the same process by cooling it down in the chemical bath the same way we're doing for the kanthal. We're just missing 2 more circuits. Oh wait, no, I have enough now. All right, so that's this quest done, and I'll take the loot bag. Redstone torches again. Ugh, at least it wasn't saplings this time. Oh my god, the amount of saplings I keep getting is ridiculous. Right, so with them now, the next tier is the good integrated circuit, which is the second tier of the MV tier circuits. So that is the good circuit board, plus the new circuits we made with resistors, diodes, fine, gold, and silver bolts. Do I have much silver bolts? I don't know if I made any silver bolts. Yeah, they're all tin, so I'm going to have to probably make some. So where's all my silver? Here it is. So silver and gold. And we're just going to need the good circuit boards, plus the circuits, and SMD and diodes. All right, so that battery ran out, but it should be the circuit boards, logic circuits, resistors, and diodes, with silver bolts and gold wire, new bolt, or new battery. And yes, now we're making the new tier circuits. Okay, so the only thing we need to do now is actually cook up some silicon. Oh, wow, I actually ran through it all. Nice. But that's okay, because I actually am centrifuging some redstone over here, so we're making more silicon. Have we made enough to upgrade the coils? No. I'm going to have to wait till I have another set to kanthal, because this guy's doing tantalum. Hey, we got our first one. Nice. Right. I'll see when I have the next coils. All right, and there we go. We have this guy here upgraded, and we want to change this to circuit 1, and probably just remove this chest, because I don't want it cooking anything. And we'll just fill it up with the silicone, and it should just work. Wait, I need to turn it on. There we go. So now it's going off with the silicone. So we'll just... Oh, this chest is empty. Oh, okay. And so this guy is off now making the silicone. And... Wait, did I do the right silicone? Oh, was I supposed to do the solar grade version instead? Oh, I was. This is just regular silicone. My bad. Hang on, let me grab the right one. We only need to make a small bit of it because we will not be using this transistor recipe for making the HV circuits. There's a different version, which is this SMD transistor here. It just requires fine anneal copper wire and gallium foil. or we can use the tantalum to make 32 at a time. So this recipe here will be way better than just trying to cook up a lot of silicon. And I guess while that's cooking, we can start cooling down this tantalum that we have. So we can throw that in this guy right here. And we'll just throw you back up here to continue cooling. This takes forever. It's 60 seconds each, which still takes way too long. Now, once we upgrade this guy to HV, it will be running a lot better. But the only issue is that's going to use up even more diesel. So the solution to that is, right now, the only way we're getting oil is by pumping it out of the ground. If we were to make ourselves an oil drilling rig, this guy right here, he will actually pump oil out of the ground. So light oil will come from the overworld, and there's different versions of it. So we'll have to go through what is the best one for getting ourselves our sulfuric light fuel. So let's have a look here. What's the best oil for getting the most of this? It looks like heavy oil is the best option. Yeah, heavy oil. So if we can find ourselves a location of just heavy oil under the bedrock, so we're going to have to go down to bedrock level and do some prospecting to find the oil. We can set up a drilling rig to be able to pump that out of the ground, and there will be way more than just what's in the surface in the overworld. All right, we have the right silicon being cooked up now. We just need 4 ingots for the quest reward here, and then we can make ourselves our plates, and then we don't have to worry about making any more. So if that's the case, actually, let me just take out this because I don't want to cook it anymore. And here is our 4 hot silicone. Let's change this back to circuit 11. And how fast will this actually cook now? It used to take 50 seconds, and we got it down to 25 seconds at HV. How fast is this now? Still 25 seconds. Okay, it's not that bad. So we have our silicon solar grade ingots now. Throw those through the bending machine into plates. And we have to combine those with fine tin and polyethylene in an assembling machine. So I have a small bit of tin here. So here is our plates over here now. And we'll just swap this back out for the polyethylene. So does this need a circuit number? Circuit 2. That and that. Off it goes. And then we should be able to make ourselves our first HV tier circuits. Ooh, hot dog. Gotta eat all the new foods we get. Dark beer. Oh god, here comes the nausea. To fix that, we can actually eat this Terrawort, and I'll show you how I got this now in a moment, because it isn't really exactly that clear in the quest book on how to get it. But here is our transistors, and now let's make ourselves our first HV tier circuits. So it is good integrated, our integrated logic, our RAM, then our transistors with final electrum and annealed copper bolts. And off it goes. And we'll take the loot bag. All right, and then we just need this. This is optional, so we don't actually need it. We just need the 4 HV circuits. And here we go. With this, we are technically officially in the HV age. We actually got here quite fast, which is kind of insane. But we just need 2 of these now to upgrade to the advanced circuit assembler. But while the last ones are crafting here, let me swap out the battery. Let me show you how I got the Terrawort. So in the quest book for the Terrawort, it's down here. It says, I haven't been feeling well. They have some uses for Thaumcraft, but you get them by placing a snow block underneath your nether wart and waiting for them to mutate, or instead of mutating to get them. So I thought at first it was meant like this. So you put the nether wart on top of your soul sand with snow underneath. No, it doesn't tell you it has to be planted with Industrial Craft 2. So under here, I have the snow block growing the nether warts, and then it has a chance of turning into Terrawort. So that's how you get it. You put nether wart right here, with snow underneath the actual farm block, and it has a chance of turning into Terrawort. If it doesn't turn into Terrawort, just harvest it and let it regrow again. And like that, that's how you get Terrawort. It took me a while to figure that out. This place is going to look incredible once it's done. Oh, I can't wait to see this. Oh, I missed some blocks up there. All right, and there we go. We have our first 4 HV tier circuits. And with that, the HV tab is unlocked. Nice. What should we take out of here? Reinforced glass lens? What's that used for? Is that used for making anything special? Oh, we might need it for making the basic wafer, which is needed for galactic craft. So you know what? I'm going to take them. Okay, there we go. We have HV tier unlocked, which is going to require us to make a HV tier machine hull. Now, this is going to require a lot of polyethylene for making all these machine hulls. Now, we are making that at the moment, but not at a nice enough rate that I would like. So let's go get ourselves our oil drilling rig and see if we can get ourselves a lot of oil being pulled up out from underneath the bedrock. Also, open these 2 bags. Red wheat seeds. What do these give? Redstone? Maybe. If that's redstone, that'd be really handy. If you know what these give me, let me know. I'll probably just end up planting them and to see what they harvest out as, but yeah, if that's redstone, that'd be amazing. So, to make ourselves our drilling rig here, it requires molten soldering alloy. We have plenty of that. We need 4 steel frame boxes. There we go. Plenty of that. We need ourselves our 4 MV tier circuits. We can use our old versions of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We need ourselves an MV machine hull. Plenty of those. We're also going to need some cobalt gears. Just 1 or is it 2? We need 4 of them. Okay, give me a few cobalt ingots then. All right, and this was done on circuit 2. So soldering alloy and all of these. There's our controller. And to make this now, we're also going to need a bunch of steel frame. We're going to need a maintenance hatch, a energy hatch, input bus, and output hatch to be able to input mining pipe and output the fluid. Now, I think there's a different version of this. This mines up ores, and that one requires drilling fluid. I don't think the oil one requires drilling fluid. Oh, this is going to take a minute. Oh, never mind. It's already done. Does it require it? I don't think it does. Nope. Okay, let's go see if we can set this thing up now. Let me grab everything else we're going to need. We're probably going to need about 12 of these. Put everything away. And with this, I should have everything I need now to make this drilling rig. Right, let's head down to bedrock and see what we can find. And the only hole I have that goes close enough to bedrock is this one over here. So down we go. All right, we're at bedrock now. So grab out my prospecting scanner. I made a new one. And if we right click the bedrock, isn't it? Oh, shift right click. We have found a new oil. So we need to go to here. So we are in a massive area of just light oil. And if we zoom in, we can see which chunk has the most amount. And I think, yeah, it highlights it for us. So this one down here in the bottom left has the most of it. And we're just on the border of it. So if we keep digging straight here, let's actually grab our hammer so we can dig a bigger area. Eventually, we'll have an elevator that brings me down to bedrock. But for now, we just have to do it manually. And we've just crossed over the border now. So if we shift right click here again, or just right click, there we go. A very large sample. And this one is heavy oil, which is exactly what we want. And we can see our largest batch of it is just over here in the middle. So if we dig a tunnel going straight over here, we'll grab it. All right, so here is the center of the chunk, and we're in the one with the most amount of oil. So let's just set this up then. So simply that there with the controller. Energy hatch we'll throw on the back. Output hatch we'll throw here. Input bus can go here. Maintenance hatch can go there. And then a basic combustion generator can go there to power it. So then we just need to fill in the rest of the spaces. And then it's up 3. And then up 3 on each side. And this should be the structure complete, right? What's it missing? Well, let's just do our basic maintenance. Is it because the ceiling is encasing it? I'm pretty sure I built this correctly. Output hatch. Input bus. What did I do wrong? Okay, I should have done a bit more reading. It turns out it actually needed an MV tier or higher energy hatch. So that's what I've given it. So we'll just connect up the combustion generator. We'll also need to give it some mining pipe. I decided to bring it back up to the surface because I just realized, yeah, without elevators, getting back down to it and coming all the way back up with the full tanks is going to be super annoying. So I have a hole dug straight underneath it so it doesn't have to remove any blocks. So we should be able to just give it 2 stacks of mining pipe. And we'll just do a little bit of maintenance. And this thing should be, what, has problems? Circuitry. Oh, is my soldering alloy iron out of power? It is. I can fix that real quick with just an LV combustion generator. That's an MV hull. Hang on. Where's my battery buffer? There it is. No, that's the hatch. Where's my LV battery buffer gone? Oh, here it is. Nope, that's an energy hatch. There's the battery buffer. Okay, so with that, give it a tiny bit of fuel and this should charge it. Right? Yes. All right, there we go. Now it is ready to go. So we can turn it on, which doesn't seem to be working, I guess, because it doesn't have energy. So we'll just fill it up with diesel cells, let it generate a bit of power, and now it's online. And it's going to slowly dig all the way down to the bedrock, as you can see. Off it goes. This thing is kind of loud. Can I muffle this? Seems that I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain a bunch of these super tanks together. And they're all just going to be on auto fluid eject. And they will just slowly fill each other until the end. So we should be good for a good while here. Wait, this one doesn't need it. All right. And I'll check back in a second once we have reached the bottom. All right. And there we go. We can see there's now heavy oil coming in at an extremely fast rate. Wow. Okay, and this thing only takes 0.4 of a second to mine what, like, okay, so it's recovering almost half a liter. Pumping rate is 43 liters per tick, and we're recovering 349 liters per tick. So that's actually really fast. So yeah, that is essentially what we're going to be using to replace the drills or the pumps that we have out in the overworld. I still have like 2 or 3 more out in the overworld. I'm going to go collect and use them up before I use this oil. But the fact now that we just have almost free oil coming in from under the bedrock is insane. And there's like 696 liters. So there's like, what, 600,000 buckets of oil in this one chunk, which is insane. And if once it's done, I could just move it to another one. Like once this drops below a certain amount, I'll have to probably prospect it again to check the levels. But I can just move this thing to another chunk and mine up more oil. And then later on, we can upgrade this thing to even do more chunks at a time. So I won't have to move it as often, which is amazing. All right, last thing to do is just upgrade to the advanced circuit assembler. So hopefully we should almost have everything for this. We're just missing 2 conveyors, which is more circuit or motors. And here is our upgraded advanced circuit assembler. And now we can make circuits even faster, and we can hook it up to our MV tier of power that's here. For now, we don't need the vending machine, so we'll replace it by putting this here. And there we go, essentially. Let's get this thing making ourselves some more circuits. All right, there we go. So we're making ourselves some LV circuits that we can then use to upgrade to MV circuits and then HV tier circuits. Amazing. So I think next episode we'll take a break from all the machinery. Ooh, the moon looks so nice coming up over the hill. The cool thing about this build is because of the way it's centered, we can actually watch the moon set through this window. It's so cool. But yeah, like I said, we're going to take a break from all of the tech and everything. Still be working on stuff in between episodes, especially all this oil refinement. How much have we got already? Wow. 500,000 buckets, or just 500 buckets already. That is insane. But yeah, we're going to take a break, and we're going to be working on some Thaumcraft. I think it's about time we start working on Thaumcraft, get into some magic. And yeah, from there, we'll be able to work on getting ourselves night vision, which is something I desperately want. Like, this place with all the dark spots looks really bad, but if I were to like drink a night vision potion here, look at how much better this place looks when it's not dark. So yeah, we're going to aim to get ourselves night vision now next episode through Thaumcraft. So I'm going to end it there. Hope you all enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell. You're at it then as well. So without any further ado, goodbye.